Hi there, welcome to part 2 of open source development with App Inventor. Part 2 is called Attack of the Forks and Clones, and we're going to be talking about Git and GitHub, how we use GitHub in the project. As usual, the links to find the stuff are here, the main website with all the documents, the forum and the IRC channel. And so for today we have these 4 steps. If it gets too long, I'm trying to get these videos to less than 10 minutes, so if it gets too long I will just make 2 parts of it. So the first part is read these 2 documents, how to build App Inventor from MIT sources, developing MIT App Inventor with github.com, and as usual you can find them in the main website, and this is the first guy and this is the second guy. So at this stage you've gone through the GitHub course with Code School, so you should be good to go. So let's have a look at the first of the documents, how to build App Inventor from MIT sources. This document is very long and it has a lot of stuff, but just to get it started, we can go to Building App Inventor, and you can read the Mac OS instructions. They are pretty much the same in Mac, Linux, and Windows. So this is the stuff that you need. You're gonna need Java 6 or 7. It has to be Oracle's Java. If you're in a Ubuntu box and you have OpenJDK, it will give you problems. So please use Oracle's JDK. You're gonna need Apache Ant 181, 182. It's probably I don't even know which version I have right now, but I can tell you now. I have 182, June 2012. That's probably a bit old, but that works. I'm sure that if there's a new version, it will work as well. And then you're gonna have to have Git, and you're gonna have to have the Google App Engine SDK for Java. As you can see, all the links are here, so you shouldn't have all that much trouble. So have a look at this note. If you intend to develop and to keep your own work, it's better that you read these other documents that we are going to go through now in a minute. So if you only want to just run the sources, if you don't intend to make any changes at all whatsoever, then you're fine just following this document only. Here are the steps that we are going to do now in a minute. So developing with Git and GitHub, there's a bunch of links here. The course for Code School is here as well. So this document is a bit dense and you're gonna have to read it a couple of times if you're not familiar with GitHub. But as you can see here, it is explained step by step, so you're not gonna get lost. And if you do, please send us a message through the forum and we will fix the documentation. So as you can see here, getting started, forking for the upstream. There is a lot of concepts in here that if you're not familiar with Git, it might take you a little bit, but as you can see, step-by-step things that you have to do. Obviously, instead of user, you have to use your username, and then if you check that your remotes are fine, you should see something like this. So it's all really very well explained. GitHub help, it's a really nice resource for doing this kind of stuff. So they have all kinds of guides. So that is really good. You should read the documentation as well. So just as a in a couple of minutes, what we generally do is this is MIT CML App Inventor sources. This is the main repository where all of us fork from. So the first thing that you have to do is, with your GitHub account, you're logged in. As you can see, I'm logged in there. The first thing you have to do is click on this button, fork, and it will create a fork for you. I am not going to do it right now because I already have a fork. So once your fork is created, it's going to appear in your repositories. So this is my GitHub account, and you can see here that I have App Inventor, which is being forked from App Inventor sources. So you might be wondering why App Inventor is different from, why the words are different from App Inventor sources, and that is because I created my fork. And then this guy was renamed. It was called App Inventor, and well, I didn't rename my project. You're gonna see this. This is now your personal page. This is obviously mine, but you will have yours, and this is your personal App Inventor fork. What's called a fork in GitHub. So what you have to do is copy this guy, go to your command line, and you have to do git clone, and you paste that guy in there. And again, I'm not going to do this because I already have it, and it takes like 5 or 10 minutes, which would be the time that we have for the video. So once you finished, once you're done, you're gonna have a directory or a structure that looks pretty much like this. So as you can see here, if you go into App Inventor and you do NLS, we see the projects that we were talking about in the previous video. So let me put this a bit smaller. So we have the phone app in there, App Engine, the blocks editor, blocks library, everything is in there. So the things that you have to do here are ant clean, and that is going to do some stuff. And I don't know if you saw that ant clean because I think it was off the screen. So that's ant clean, and now you do ant. And this is going to take, depending on your computer and your specs, this is going to take from 2 minutes to 8 or 9 minutes, depending on how old or new or well spec'd your computer is. And that is all you need to know to get App Inventor built. And I believe that is all for today. So step 1 was fork and clone. We've seen that. Step 2, build from the command line, and this update from upstream, we're going to leave it for the next video. So I'm gonna make part 2.5 or something like that. So I'll see you then. Bye.